huge one, obviously, making it a two-possession game. The King says, I want to hear you. I don't need quiet. We want to slam the door. Got it. Yes. Don't you love that? Timeout, Orlando.
I want everyone in here, all of Spartan Nation, to stand up. We're going to do this thing right. So everybody get down. Everybody get down. Yes! Yes! Yes!
A little bit of the halftime segment was lost to William. Well, the student section didn't need a...
So Ole Miss in white has just survived 2 missed shots by Valparaiso. And the 4th seed, Ole Miss, clinging to a 2-point lead here in the final 33 seconds. Mississippi with the ball. There's a 9-second difference between game clock and shot clock. The 4th seed Rebels have been given an incredible run here by Valpo as Flanagan goes baseline. Doesn't get it. And the rebound to Valparaiso. And the Crusaders will have a last shot. Bryce Drew bringing it up. Drew for 3. No! Cisse for Ole Miss, and he's fouled. Oh. Bryce Drew, the coach's son, who's had a magnificent game for Valparaiso, had the shot, and it would have been for the lead. And everything that Homer Drew, who's raised a great basketball family, and Homer Drew, who had to visit his own home, his own living room, and recruit his son like he was any other player, and won the battle to recruit him. Looks up at the sky. He was hoping that that might have been the shot that could have stunned the 4th seed out of the SEC and Ole Miss.
What a heartbreaker, though, for Valparaiso. Came down and did what they had to do with a great defensive piece right there. Got the basketball back and got the basketball into Bryce Drew's hand, who passes it to Biscuits, gets it back, and has a clear look at the hoop and can't put it down.
Well, it's not done yet. Cisse misses the first one. 4.1 remaining. And now Valparaiso will take its final timeout, the timeout they did not use when they had the ball. They take it now to set up their last hope. Ansu Cisse, second-team All-American, voted by the coaches in the SEC as the Conference Player of the Year. He has had an off game today, although he had a huge block of a shot about a minute and a half ago to keep Ole Miss in front. Now, he tries to make one foul shot. That would give the Rebels a 3-point lead, 4.1 to go, and Valpo cannot stop the clock. It is no good, but Carter tips the rebound out of bounds. It'll be Valpo, but they lose a valuable 1.5 seconds.
Very tough play right there. They should have come up with the rebound. My goodness.
So now Valpo's going to have to go the length of the court, 2.5. The inbounds pass to be thrown by Jamie Sykes. Carter pressuring. It's to Jenkins, the Drew for the win! Good! He did it! Bryce Drew did it! Valpo has won the game! A miracle! An absolute miracle! Bryce Drew has done it for Valparaiso!
Oklahoma State by 2. Here's the second man, Respert. Collins fights through the pick. Now the switch. No, Collins has him back. Underneath fight. Back it goes in the corner. Oh,
yeah. Under 10 to shoot Hill. And a Gagne open underneath. Under 30 seconds, and a Gagne puts the Spartans back on top.
3-point lead. Taylor, the kick. Ballinger was there. And the tie. Holy mackerel. Michigan State climbing the mountain. 50 seconds to go. Time out. IU.
That's the clock. Leans in. Shot is good.
Yeah, I figured he'd have to take it on his own.
So now here are the Spartans to try and win the game. Please, Smith, it's gone with 1.7 seconds remaining.
Burning looks on the inbounds. Gets it to Tony Jones. Redfield right on him defensively. Takes it away. Picked up by Scheffler, up for grabs. Stevens comes away with it. Stevens, slam!
solid screen out front against the zone. Oh boy. 9 on the shot clock. Bell stripped by Saul Smith in the air. Hudson got it. Boy, Kentucky had 3 or 4 occasions almost get that ball. Good job by Charlie Bell.
Michigan State down by 3. Plenty of time. Richardson finds Bell. 4-3 and the tie. Bring it up. Bring it up.
It tried to come out, but Charlie Bell, the senior, coaxed it back down into the hole.
We near 1 minute to play. Michigan State, Kentucky.
Kentucky in his own defense now. In this defense, they need to make sure they tag Chris Hill and Adam Ballinger.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Here's Bukrakis, the last man in the world you would expect to take that shot. Tim Bukrakis, just given the scholarship off his walk-on freshman season a year ago. My goodness.
Point guard, and you come down the stretch. This is why they've lost so many close games. Ballinger. Oh! He rewards his skill. He's been struggling. Shot was something. Look at the confidence. He's got to feel like $1 million.
Neitzel on the baseline, bangs it home.
Well, they got the double high.
8 to shoot for Hill. Three-pointer. The number 1 3-point shooter in the Big Ten makes it Spartans by 5.
Onions! Oh, my goodness!
So here we are with 43 seconds left in overtime. Michigan State and Arizona tied at 68. Shannon Brown, great fake to get open and got it.
His middle game is his game. He's terrific at that.
Don't want to foul him. Neitzel tried to draw the foul. They wouldn't give it. But a valuable time coming off the clock.
Great job. Poor job.
Or the post up by this guy.
Morgan, the kick out. Summers! Onions! Michigan State leads. Will Texas take a turnover? Abrams loses it. Michigan State ball with 13.3.
Raymond Morgan, 9 on the shot. They come to the corner. Somers, no. What a play as Raymond Morgan goes airborne for a huge offensive rebound putback.
Shot clock down to 10. The crowd helping out Lucas and the Spartans here down to 5.
It's going to flatten him out, go 1-4.
Just about an impossible angle, and he laid it in.
3 consecutive possessions off of timeouts. Field goals for the Michigan State Spartans.
Under a minute now. Turnovers really becoming huge here. 2 of them in 5 seconds. Green off the fake. Lucius, long one.
tell you, that foul was a 5-point turnaround.
Nix the handoff to Appler. Looks like they're trying to get Nix to the post. He's calling for the ball. Got a great shot blocker in the Whiffy defending him. Needs some help. Shot clock at 6. Appling now with a switch, has Whiffy on him. Drives by him. The scoop is good.
And they like the double screen for Morris Peterson if they can here.
Reeves just does get it in. Peterson right up with the 3.
And drilled it. Now, Indiana doesn't like to take timeout. They'll play from there.
No timeouts for the Spartans. And a play run for Bell. Peterson with the inbounds pass. Basketball at his best. 6 seconds. Cleaves. Mateen to the bucket. 1.2. Timeout Gophers. Mateen Cleaves to the rescue again.
Ager inside to Davis. 10 seconds on the clock. Davis.
Oh, what a big play by the big freshman as he takes it in hard. It's tied at 58.
10 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. This is Anderson. Davis again, the freshman.
Gets it off the glass. 2 big baskets by freshman Paul Davis.
Inbound to Sutok.
Yeah, take it. There's the high screen.
Knighton with 4 seconds left. All the way to the basket, lays it in. 2.4 on the clock, and Texas showing its youth turns it over.
Here comes Lucas. There's a single screen on the fade. Summers, 18 to shoot. Now they'll run their offense. Under a minute to go. Lucas breaking to the ball. 10 to shoot. Guarded by Collins. They spread the floor. Here comes the Big Ten Player of the Year. Spinning in traffic. Leading. Counted on the foul. Kalen Lucas. Big time play. And he'll go to the line. Well, when all else doesn't work, shot clock running down, 5 seconds left. Lucas breaks down the defense. Gets Collins off his feet.
7 seconds left. Summers, Lucas, the jump shot, got it! 3.5 seconds left.
And a gutsy call, and I like it, by Tom Izzo.
Now an inbounds play with 2.8 left. And remember the inbounds play Michigan State used a little while ago where Hill took the shot and hit it after getting the ball in play. This time Hill's covered. Ager hits a 3 to tie it up. Maurice Ager ties it up with a long 3.
There he is. 5 seconds, double team. Snow with 2 seconds. Snow on the drive.
Eric Snow and Sean Reshburn was the delivery man.
Can you believe it? Bedlam at the Breslin Center.
You're looking for a go-to guy. There he is, Steve Smith. Down to 3, Smith. Oh, yes, yes.
6.6 left. Draymond Green finds Lucius for the win. He got it. Spartans move to the Sweet 16.
They're just going to play it out. 10 seconds to go.
They like this middle ball screen.
Tum Nairn gives it up to Valentine. Got it!
Running off a double. Smart move by Tom Izzo. He knew Amir Williams was going to sit in the lane, so there was no help on the screen to the left from Costello, and man.
They're just going to play it out. 10 seconds to go.
They like this middle ball screen.
Tum Nairn gives it up to Valentine. Got it!
Running off a double. Smart move by Tom Izzo. He knew Amir Williams was going to sit in the lane, so there was no help on the screen to the left from Costello, and man.
Thomas, the new father, has delivered in this series despite a back injury and largely has played under control. Thomas puts on the burners, a looping shot. Second effort, and Isaiah Thomas brings the Pistons to within 4. Isaiah Thomas hits again. Thomas comes back and hits again, but he's the hot man on the floor. Thomas feels he's got a hot quarter, and who can blame him? Making it quick, how's that strip by the Pistons? 3-on-2 break, and the layup by Isaiah Thomas. 3.5 remaining in this period. Thomas with a looper scores. Thomas off balance, basket counts and a foul as he goes into the first row, and he is still limping. He is a game performer. Thomas goes for three and hits it. What a third quarter for Isaiah Thomas. Now the Pistons with Rodman. 2-on-1. Thomas goes up. And Isaiah Thomas having an incredible period. He has 35 in the game. 23 points. And the shot is good by Thomas.
The beat trying to get it to Robinson. Morgan saw it coming. Summers comes in and takes it right over Robinson somehow.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man.
The Ford Field is shaking.
Darrell Summers, after the turnover, going to size it up, backing down, and punch it on it. Wow, and that was Stanley Robinson. Six got pogoed right there. Oh, he got a piece of that.
He did.
He
Still just powered it down.
He should. Wow, what a play.
check the clock to make absolutely certain.
I don't know that Tom Izzo, and he is hugging Kalen Lucas right now. I don't know that he understands what's going on.
Now, he did decide to put it on the deck with the ball fake, Mike. It should count.
That's good. That's good.
Michigan State advances to St. Louis. Meet me in St. Louis. Judy Garland couldn't sing it any better than this nylon song from Corey Lucius. In for Kalen Lucas.
Played most of the second half, really had to step up as a ball handler, and what a great shot. It didn't rush it, had a lot of calm about him, Tim, with the clock winding down.
What a great show of sportsmanship by these two teams. Gary Williams, one of the remarkable NCAA tournament coaches, a national championship on his resume, and of course Tom Izzo, compiling win number 33 against 11 defeats, all at Michigan State. Travis Walton, who played on that team a season ago in his suit, jumping up and down along with his teammates, and Corey Lucius, not known for his three-point shooting, although he did
try to generate a quick shot to get a 2-for-1 situation, or do they just want to get the best possible shot in this 14 seconds left on the shot clock?
The stoic Tim Duncan showing unbelievable emotion here as we wind down Game 7. 14 to shoot for Miami.
And they're not going 2-for-1, it doesn't look like.
James pulls up, puts it in, 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James. Timeout San Antonio.
It's their go-to play. Chalmers screening for James. The 17-footer. Leonard tries to close the gap late. Excellent balance by James and knocks it in to give him a 4-point lead.
The offense is running through me right now. Irving drives, hop step inside, floats it up, misses. Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the.
Oh my goodness. Great pass by Curry, running hard by Iguodala, and superhuman defensive recovery by LeBron James.
Guys, his progress, and as Marshall Henderson's coming off the baseline screen, he just grabbed it.
Dejon Parker will check in for Bright. And Henderson, an 86% foul shooter, couldn't get that to go down. His first miss tonight. Missed them both.
Can collapse the zone a little bit as well as kicking it in.
The kick out to Marshall Henderson. He does what he does best, and that is bury the three. 3-point game.
Ole Miss basketball. Shoot it, go.
30-second timeout. Ole Miss feeling it. Henderson off the offensive rebound buries the three. But well, here's that last play off the missed free throw. The Rebels and Murphy Holloway keeps it alive, and Henderson buries the three.
And that's Odom needs to box out, and there's our guy right there. That's what makes him good. He plays with such energy and emotion, and he's yelling behind the baskets to some of the fans. But he's too good a player to get into talking a little too much.
Open, he's been all night, can't get it to go, but then picks up the loose ball and thought he was fouled, but up and down.
Dave, he was fouled. He was fouled. And in the act of shooting, they missed that one.
Boy, Henderson was wide open in the corner, would have tied it up with 4:04 to go. Marshall Henderson, Coach, we know he can shoot. We know he can score. He's got a lot of emotion in the game. What do you make of Marshall?
Superb player, but he has to make sure he's not emotionally intoxicated during the game. Sometimes he's talking to the fans, as he is right there. That's where he's looking, or he's talking. He's too good a player, Dave, to sort of behave like that on the floor. Like, the most important thing you have is your name, your reputation. You don't want to taint that because he's such a good player with some of his antics on the floor.
Definitely an emotional player. Leaves it all on the floor.
That's what makes him good, the energy and emotion, but make sure it's directed in the proper channel.
Well, this is my third game in a row of Ole Miss, and so I've seen a lot of Marshall Henderson, and he does like to chirp. He not only talks to himself on the floor, he talks to the officials, he talks to the fans, he talks to his opponents. I mean, he's always talking to somebody. But Ole Miss looked like they were headed nowhere with about 8 minutes to play in the contest. And now they lead it by 1. So Andy Kennedy's club with 1:40 here. You got almost a full shot clock.
Session of the game.
Each team with 1 timeout left. Vanderbilt will hold it.
Maybe taking it with 6 or 5, Dave. In case you miss, you get a second shot opportunity.
Johnson kicks it to the wing. On the way. Got it! Kevin Bright with 3.2 seconds. Henderson. Got it! Oh, my! From 35 feet, we're tied at 78, heading to overtime.
Clearly good. Clearly good. But Kevin Stallings was almost irate, going after the officials a little bit. He's saying when the ball went in the basket, he was calling and asking for timeout.
Marshall Henderson, welcome to the Southeastern Conference, my friend.
Do a jump stop so that if you don't have anything, you're still under control.
Henderson into the lane. Count it!
See, and Andy's telling him right now, just play. Just play. Wonderful take.
You know, I think somebody, maybe Gerald Boudreau, who's coordinator of officials, somebody has gotten in Andy Kennedy's ear and said, listen, tell your guy.
He just needs to take that out of his game.
Johnson misses on that 3, loose ball. Henderson got a hand on it, trying to save it. Does so. What a play! And Summers will head to the free throw line, but that play belongs to that man, Marshall Henderson.
Great effort. I like it. Get in the huddle with your teammates. Wonderful hustle. Wonderful. Both teams. Couple of white shirts on the floor. Henderson makes a hustle play after the ball. Those are the difference in close games.
Once again, the story. Marshall Henderson, the juniors, first go-around the SEC basketball team, shattered by the performance on Saturday. 26 turnovers in that game. They shot 25%, and you knew this was a fragile group coming in anyway. 0-2 in the league, 6-8 overall. And Andy Kennedy getting all 9 in the paint. Vanderbilt only 16 points in the paint. They shoot 39 threes, a season high. The prior high was 30 against Kentucky. Summers.
from Farmington, Senior Chris Owens. And from Kalamazoo, Junior Brian Grant. Marching Band! For another Michigan State victory with a little Let's Go State. Hit it. Let's show our friends from Ann Arbor how it's really done this time, all right? Come on, Spartan fans, let it rip. Hit it.
Basket, Martavius Irving.
24